Those vegan guys. Thank you.
Hello there, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
And together we are
Those Vegan Guys.
So you want to be a YouTuber, huh? Well, we thought we'd help. The thing is, there's quite a lot of people have contacted us over the last 2 years to ask for help, advice, ask us to point them in the right direction, re-equipment, and what we use. So we're going to take you through our YouTube journey, which started actually at the end of 2015 when we decided we were going to start a channel together. We're a married couple, by the way, married in our 23rd year together, almost 13th year of marriage. No, almost 11th year of marriage.
11th year, yes.
Got married on our 12-year anniversary, didn't we?
It's very special.
But we went vegan, and then kind of, because we'd had quite the journey, now this is the first and most important part about starting a YouTube channel. What are you going to start your YouTube channel about? What is your angle? What are you going to do with it? It's good to come up with a kind of a style or a subject matter, and not necessarily stick to it, because we've branched.
You can branch, and I think it's worth prefacing right at the start of the video here that we don't by any means consider ourselves to be experts, but
oh God, no.
What we're wanting to do is we're wanting to share what we've learned, particularly over the last 12 to 18 months, as Paul says.
Yeah, that's the most crucial bit.
But yeah, it's good to really think about what you actually want to say, what you're wanting to get across, and what you're passionate about, because if you're passionate about it, then it's never really going to feel like work. It's going to just feel like something you really enjoy doing.
And I think that's going to come across as well, because we're very passionate about veganism, about being a visible LGBTQ couple, and about food.
Yes.
In general.
They're like our three pillars, aren't they?
And drag.
Of course. Yes.
Drag has become quite the core. So we started out at the end of 2015, and then we had a few hurdles. If you're interested in what those hurdles were that kind of stopped us for a while, I'll link a video up there that tells you a bit about that story. So, but we started off with a Samsung Galaxy S7 phone.
I was going to grab that, but that's my S9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was was it an S7?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the S7.
Yeah, so we started off with a Samsung Galaxy S7 phone, and we were basically holding in fact, our first video on this channel was the protein shake recipe. I'll link it up there. It was before I got my teeth did.
In fact, it's quite likely that during Veganuary, when we put out a lot of content throughout January 2020, we might just do a reaction video to that video, which will be our first.
It's kind of cute. It's just us passing the phone to each other. Hi, I'm Paul. It's cute. But then after the hurdles, the aforementioned hurdles, it was really the end of 2017 when I invented, if you like, I put together a puff pastry thing using lots of Christmas stuff, whacked it in a puff pastry plat, called it a festive plat, and the video went huge on Facebook. And that's when we were like, right, okay, let's step things up a bit now on YouTube. So we knew that we needed some equipment to help us with our mobile phone. Jason, do you want to talk about the first?
Yeah, we can just take turns, can't we?
Yeah, because this is a cool little bit of kit.
Yeah, we're going to kind of do it chronologically, and we'll try and whip through things fairly quickly. And of course, all the links to all of this stuff, or most of it.
No, absolutely everything we're going to talk about and show you today, I've put in a list on our Amazon storefront, and the list is called Vlogger's Paradise. It's linked down below, so that if you do want to buy any of these items, if you go through our link, we'll get a few pennies for it. And that's something we advise you to do as well. Affiliate links for the things that you know you use and love. you know, and that could be anything.
Yes. So, chronologically, we're going to whip through this stuff. The first thing, as Paul has already said, you can start with just a mobile phone. Doesn't even have to be a fancy mobile phone. So that's your first option. The next purchase that we invested in, which really did help at the time, was a really simple mobile phone rig.
Yeah.
It's a really simple little bit of kit. It's got some little housings.
We can kind of show that what you do with it basically is you whack your phone in it, you tighten it up. It's got two hot shoe ports.
You just can't resist
on the
taking
top,
over, can you?
On the top there. No, because it's people want to see it.
I was going to do that. So yeah, that's that. Next one.
And how much was that, Jay?
I don't know, it was about a tenner.
Yeah, about 10, 12 quid I think. But really, really worth it. And another good thing about it is it does have a screw hole in the bottom so that you can actually attach it to a tripod.
Yeah.
But so that was a really, really good, and that was our first bit of kit. Didn't we take that to when we did the Tenerife vlog?
Kefalonia
vlog.
I think we took it for Kefalonia, yeah.
We did, didn't we? So yeah, that was our kind of first bit of kit, and then we realised that sound was becoming an issue. So we got a light for this, which is this light here, which is linked in our Vloggers Paradise list on our. Can't remember how much it was. Check it out. It's a really, really good bright light.
Takes 6 AA batteries and also has the attachment on the bottom, which is kind of the universal attachment for fitting to SLRs and the rig that we've just shown you previously, and lots of other kind of bits and bobs.
Yeah, hot shoe attachment.
Hot shoe attachment.
Hot shoe attachment.
That's the one.
So we realised that we needed some microphones.
Yes, so microphones. The one thing, of course, we can't show you is the mic that we're actually currently using, but it is linked below because it's stuck on top of the camera right now. But these are fantastic, and what they basically are is a mic that plugs into your camera or your mobile phone, and it's got a really long cable on it. I think it's about 15 metres, isn't it?
It might even be a bit.
Yeah.
It's long. Anyway.
And you've got 2 little lapel mics.
Yeah.
On the end.
T-shirt clip on.
So the really obvious thing I want to point out is 1 input, 2 microphones. So for us two, it's perfect.
It's perfect. And this goes obviously into your mobile phone, and your mobile phone immediately detects that it's a microphone. You don't actually switch it. You have it switched off for a mobile phone and switched on
for an SLR.
So we've used it with both. We carried on making vlogs for quite a while with our mobiles.
Yeah.
And
why did we switch? What was the biggest issue that we had? Because I think this is quite an important one to point out. Or do you want me to mention it?
The autofocus thing, yeah.
The autofocus.
It didn't happen with the 7, did it?
No, the Galaxy S7 didn't do it, but the S9s, they have a tendency when you're using the camera feature to kind of try to grab focus constantly, and I suppose is what's referred to often as searching.
Yeah.
So it's constantly searching.
So it means the picture's doing this constantly. And you can see that, and it's very annoying. So we put the feelers out. Was there anything else that we got specifically for the phone?
Yes, it's worth mentioning the mini tripod, isn't it? Because that was like the first tripod that we had, and it's really flimsy and really cheap, but you know what?
Works.
It does the job. Now, believe it or not, this looks like quite a contraption, but this is a tiny little tripod, but it's got 2 extra supplemental bits that come out for the legs, so you actually get up to kind of head height. You can get it up to about 6 foot. Interchangeable on the top.
Show the camera, Jason.
Interchangeable on the top with the fittings. So at the moment it's got the mobile
sideways, so
that way
people can see. Yeah.
So it's got the mobile phone attachment on it at the moment.
So your phone goes in here,
and that can just be screwed really securely down and back up depending on the size of your phone. So it's pretty much universal.
Now, Jason, am I right in saying that this wasn't the original?
No.
One for this.
No, the one that came with it was quite flimsy.
Yeah, so we had to buy a separate kind of tripod attachment for a mobile phone, which is what that is. And we still use that occasionally if we're doing B-roll or something, don't we?
It's useful. It's useful as an additional little tripod to place anywhere. It's really handy. Yeah.
So, somewhere in 2017, we were vlogging our little butts off, having a whale of a time doing it, and decided that we wanted to step it up a mark and get rid of that Samsung Galaxy S9 feature where it's constantly trying to focus on you. So we put the feelers out. We were so lucky that we got a Panasonic Lumix G6, which is what we're filming on right now, and we got it for $250.
Yes. Yeah, that was with a very fancy portrait lens that came with it.
Portrait lens. However, the portrait lens was that good, you would have had to have the camera at the bottom of the garden, like 30 feet away, for this shot. So we had to get a couple of other lenses, didn't we?
Bit of trial and error, bit of experimentation.
Yeah, and then we ended up with the setup we have now, which is a good Sony tripod, a really good tripod, the Lumix G6 phone. Can't remember the name of that microphone, but it's on our list. It's the one that's not the Rode one.
Yeah.
There's a Rode one on our list, and then there's this one, which is the one we're using right now.
But we've watched loads of YouTube creators, and we've got loads of advice of other people on YouTube, and there's lots of YouTubers that use these mics over the Rode ones, and there's quite a big difference in price, isn't
It's
there?
a good microphone, though.
It does the job.
It served us great, and when you put the wind guard on it, like the furry bit,
it's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it does the job.
It works great. So we had the camera, and then we wanted to get a different kind of rig, one that was easy to take out. So we've got a nice fancy strap on the camera so that you can have it over your neck, and then we bought this little piece of kit. So there's the stand, so it stands like this, should you want it to.
Just checking we're still in focus. Yeah.
You've got your camera attachment here inside, if you can see that. So it's just a screw, basically. You screw your camera in, and it's got 3 hot shoe attachments to it. And again, can you attach this to a tripod?
You can.
Well,
absolutely.
How? Oh,
that. Yeah.
Right, so you can attach it to a tripod, but if you've got your camera around your neck on a strap and this, a lot of vlogs we've made just with this, haven't we?
A huge amount more stability, not to be underestimated when you are vlogging. The stability of that combined with the strap around your neck is the closest in terms of stability you're going to get, other than shelling out a lot of money on a gimbal, and that's a whole other level of filming that we've not got into yet. It's quite an expensive bit of kit, but this is perfect. The other thing, just very quickly to mention, is that it actually comes apart and almost goes into like an S shape, so you can carry it and have the camera pointing that way rather than that way.
If you have a look at it in the link, in the Vloggers Paradise link, it will show you all the different ways on the Amazon page that you can kind of have it. But that was a really good piece of kit. This was about 20 odd quid, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And it's really light, really lightweight, but really sturdy and rugged. It's brilliant. Brilliant piece of kit. Tied into that, should we just mention this?
Yes,
Yeah, so a really handy bit of kit that you can get as well is just something really simple like this, which is for a mobile phone. It's got a spring-loaded attachment on it. It's got the hot shoe attachment on the bottom, which is universal, and it's also got the universal screw attachment on the back for attaching it to certain tripods and things as well. That is a fantastic bit of kit just to have. And point of reference, when we did Stockport Pride, I had the SLR on here and I had my mobile phone attached to the top, so I was filming with one and I could get cool little snapshots at the same time. So really good little piece of kit combined.
And just 2 other quick throwaway comments. This was a fantastic little tripod, which is brilliant for just kind of, I use this one when I'm doing my kitchen vlogs, or I do a lot of kitchen vlogs, sit there and I moan about the world, you know.
Have a cuppa.
But it's really good as well because the 3 legs go together and you can hold it just as a kind of, you know, a grip, which is really good.
It's perfect bit of kit.
And we also got one of these, which is a Joby.
I think this is our most recent purchase.
This is our most recent. We got this when we were going to Spain, so we could attach it to the front of the bikes, which we did. So check out our travel playlist if you want to see the Spain vlog at the Clarity Retreat, fabulous place. So that's most of the stuff we've kind of gone through,
acquired
on our journey, but we also wanted to mention that there are some great YouTube channels that are extremely helpful. So there's Nick Nimmin.
Yes.
I'm going to link his channel up there, and we personally have found the TubeBuddy software, which integrates into Chrome and therefore into your YouTube Back Studio. Incredibly helpful. If you want to have a look at the TubeBuddy software, the link is down there in the description. But we would also say to have a look at Brian G. Johnson, another really good kind of helpful with YouTube and with channel management, and how you get seen and the right things to do, because of course it comes down to your thumbnails, to your titles, and to how many subscribers you have, really. What else?
Well, touching on that, it's worth mentioning that in terms of editing your videos, because I think a lot of people, that's the scary bit for them. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that a lot of our early videos were edited using good old-fashioned Windows Movie Maker. It has its limitations, but there's people still using it today. There's lots of options. You can do a deep dive on it, loads of tutorials on YouTube, so don't be put off by the video editing, because you can still use Windows Movie Maker. Very recently, we've transitioned, well, quite recently, we've transitioned to Filmora.
Yeah, it's almost a year now.
About a year,
we've been using Filmora, and that's just an amazing piece of software. It can be a bit daunting at first, however, Filmora also have their own YouTube channel, which we'll link up there, and they put out really helpful content that shows you how to use the software really easily. And one other guy, Daniel Batal, does fantastic Filmora informative vlogs, how-tos that show you how to do fancy bits and pieces, and so we'll link Daniel up there too.
You know, fancy bits like this, for example. Just like that.
You're going to put something in there, right? So yeah, it's, you know, YouTube can be a fantastic place, but YouTube can also be quite a horrible place, so you've got to have a thick skin if you're going to start a channel here. Because we're LGBTQ and we're vegan, you do get abusive comments.
It's in the minority, but it's there.
Everybody on YouTube does. Everyone on YouTube does. It's for the 95 wonderful human beings who enjoy you sharing your content and want to be a part of that. There are 5 morons who will dislike your content just because you're queer, just because you're vegan, just because you're a dog groomer, a shampooer, a makeup artist, whatever. Don't let it get to you. It's meaningless. It means nothing. They're the people that shout at themselves in the streets. Somebody gave them a computer. It's true though, isn't it?
Really true. Because it's human nature for us. Lots of us do it, most of us do it. It's human nature. You get, like Paul said, you get 95 people that say that was amazing, and the 5 people that dislike it and say something horrible, we then focus on that. and you can't do that on YouTube.
No.
Focus on the positives.
Most of our subscribers are wonderful people. In fact, all of our subscribers, they've subscribed, are wonderful people. But we still get negative comments. Sometimes I'll try and be nice and kind of comment back in a constructive way and try and be friendly. And other times I'm just like, I'm going to block your ass because I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't let that get to you. That's a very important thing. And if you do want to start a YouTube channel, as Brian G. Johnson says, amplify your message and stake your claim. We are down-to-earth veganism. That's what we do on this channel.
Yeah.
And we do that through shopping vlogs, through recipes, through taste tests, and even through the Vegan Queens, two delightful ladies who share the channel with us, Gemini and Miasma, and have two of their own playlists, some recipes and some just random stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got any room left to chuck up there, but what I would say is please pop along and have a look at our channel, have a look at the playlists there, and hopefully you'll find something that you're interested in. Don't forget, down there you will find the links to all of the stuff we've talked about today, including a link to TubeBuddy to get that software for yourself should you be wanting to start your own YouTube channel. Anything else to say, Mr. Brumley?
I won't say what I normally say because it's at the end, in our end card. What I will say is one little tiny little thing that I forgot about. So very, very quickly I will say lighting. Don't underestimate your lighting. We still haven't perfected it yet. A year into filming stuff on a regular basis, we're improving constantly, but don't underestimate it. At the same time, don't feel like you have to spend a fortune, because you don't. You can get some really cool bulbs these days that are already diffused and don't give you direct light. There's one of ours right there.
This is a very old.
It's an old
one.
It's an old setup, but with a modern energy-saving diffused bulb in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
I can't see.
Yeah, I don't even know if we're in. Yeah, we are. Are we in focus? We are.
No, I can't see because of the bright light in my face. But it's important because
Yes.
you want to be lit, and it's much easier to edit, and it's visually better once it's up on Tinterweb.
So that's all I wanted to say. Other than, as always, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you are starting a YouTube channel, good luck with it. Best of British, best of world, in fact. I'm not internationalism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So best of luck, and let us know about it down there. And if you do choose any of these affiliate items, you will be helping us by giving us a few pennies. Another way you can help us is mentioned in our end card, and we're wearing it right now. So thank you very much for watching. Be excellent to yourselves and each other. Love you, mister.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Really hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe. It helps us out loads.
It really does. And check down there in the description, because you'll find loads of links. The two ways that you can best support us to keep the channel going are through becoming a patron on our Patreon, down there in the description, or buying our merch, darling. Fabulous link down there. We deal with a fabulous vegan company called Vegan Original. Check it out, guys.